Hi, I'm Charlie Morris.
And I'm Zoe Morris.
And we originally started the Blue Hat Movement. Sorry, we don't have our hats. We started the Blue Hat Movement to propose a day in September when people would stay home to protest to the federal government about how we do not appreciate what's happening with the Common Core standards. Back then, when we first started that idea, and we haven't even made that video yet, Zoe said, well, if we really want to make a point, then maybe I should opt out of this year's state tests, like the MSLs that are being given as part of the standardized tests. And when she said that, I said to her,
That's crazy.
I said, that's crazy. You can't do that. That's nuts. You can't just refuse to take a test. But then she said,
No, it's not.
and so she said she's not going to take it. So I called my county test coordinator, and they told me that Zoe does not have to take the test, that it would not affect her grade promotion from 6th grade to 7th grade.
And that it basically wouldn't do really anything.
Right. But they also said this mysterious thing. They said that legally they could not tell me that it was okay for her to not take the test, and that legally all the teachers would basically be encouraged by the law to compel her to take the test. So anyway, today is test day, and Zoe has a little letter that she had written to the teachers that she was going to, well, she's getting that out. Also, I'll point out that her mother also had a meeting set up with the principal, and the principal also said, yes, you do not have to take the test, you can come to school, you can opt out, that's fine. So we had the test coordinator and the principal and even other teachers saying, yeah, it's okay. So Zoe goes to the school today and has this letter. You want me to read it or you?
Here.
Okay. It says, Dear Mrs. and Mrs. Teachers' names, I'm going to leave them out of this. It says, Zoe will not be participating in the MSLs this year. We wanted you to know why. I'm paraphrasing here. So you will not be caught off guard when the test day arrives. Her choice, which her mother and I both support, stems from a lot of research. In essence, not doing the MSL is an act of civil disobedience. Zoe feels, as do I, that the Common Core standards, Obama's race to the top, standardized testing, and Pearson publishing are essentially harming education in our country. We would really love for the school's administrators and teaching staff to support Zoe in her efforts to vote for a better form of education in our schools. Anyway, so Zoe went into school today and was not going to take the test and was told...
And was told that as long as I am legally enrolled in the school, they pretty much have to give me the test. So pretty much as soon as I got there, I went up and then I was escorted back down to the front office to call my dad and go home because as long as I was still at school, they legally had to give me the test.
Yes, and then I'm going to find the message here that I received an email just about the same time I found out Zoe was waiting at the front counter, and here is the letter from the district lawyer. If the child remains enrolled, we are compelled to test your child. There is no legal avenue for excusing your child from the exam. I must remind you that if she's absent on test day and returns to school this year, we must test her when she returns. I don't have latitude to not administer the test, regardless of the parents' feelings on the matter. Zoe is hurting the teachers and our school by not testing. You may withdraw her if you want to protest the test. So basically, we've been given the option now of either Zoe takes the test or she will rack up so many absences that she'll...
I'm not going to school that I will basically fail the grade, and then I'll have to do 6th grade again, and then it'll just do the same thing, because then I'll still have the MSLs to deal with.
Right. And we're basically putting this video out there because Zoe likes education. She loves learning. What we don't like is how this whole system is working. So Zoe doesn't want to take the test. The teachers don't even want to make her take the test, but everyone keeps doing what they're being forced to do. So we would like the impact of this video to be that hopefully someone out there can help us figure out a legal way to help Zoe stay in school and finish this school year where she doesn't have to take the test. And it just seems like this system really needs to change.
You have a piece of wood, and it's got some nails around the edge. If there's one nail sticking up, you can hammer it back down. But if all the nails are sticking up, you're going to need a lot of hammers. So I think if we could get more people, it would also definitely help the cause.
Yeah. I said yeah too many times. All right, we're trying to keep the video short so we don't lose your attention span. But yeah, please check out United Opt Out. It's a pretty good website all about this stuff. And check out the Blue Hat Movement's website. It's still fresh and new, but we're hoping to add more content. And believe me, we didn't think this would be a big deal. We just thought Zoe would go and not take the test, and no big deal. But now that they're pressuring us, we're definitely hoping to bring some more attention to this matter.
Yep.
Okay, that's it. Bye.